A man survived on just 1 grain of rice a day. Yet he survived for 3 whole years. Every day, he did the dirtiest, most exhausting chores in the sect. But he never felt hungry or tired. All because he found a jade pendant that can speed up time. Waiting until night fell, Chen Ping quietly slipped into the sect's spiritual fields. If the sect catches him, he is dead. I am only taking 1 grain of spiritual rice. No one should notice, right? He carefully plucked a single grain of spiritual rice from the stalk and clenched it tightly in his palm. Just as Chen Ping was about to slip away, a sleepy mumble drifted over from the keeper's thatched hut. The heavy snoring suddenly stopped. Chen Ping froze, not daring to make a single move. He held his breath. Inside the shack, someone tossed and turned. A heavy yawn followed, and then the loud snoring started up again. Chen Ping slowly let out a long, deep breath. His back was icy cold. Cold sweat completely soaked through his clothes. Not wasting a second, he kept flat on the ground and crawled back the way he came, staring at the greenish seed of spiritual rice in his hand. Chen Ping pulled a jade pendant out of his robes. With a single thought, he vanished straight into the space inside the pendant. An acre of fertile spiritual field lay before him. Chen Ping walked right into the center of the field. He squatted down and used both hands to scrape the rich black soil. He carefully dug out a tiny hole. It was barely half a finger deep. He gently took that highly precious seed and tucked it gently into the dirt. In no time at all, the spiritual seed began to sprout. It is growing. It is really growing. Arg. Seems like I cannot stay in that place for too long. Stay too long, and my head starts splitting. This must be the price for entering that pocket dimension. Quite a heavy toll, but compared to the magic of that black soil, it was worth it. Get up, move it, you waiting to die. Pig feeders, head to the western pens today. Keep those hands moving fast. If you are late, I will skin you alive. Chen Ping scrambled up as fast as he could. He blended with the crowd and shuffled outside, selected along with a few other poor laborers. He followed the supervisor in grim silence, heading toward the other section. The western side was far worse. Long before they even reached the filthy zone, a sickening, rancid stench hit them right in the face. Chen Ping was handed a rusty, chipped chopper with a blunt blade, and a massive, torn wicker basket. Alongside the other gaunt, starving laborers, he trudged toward the overgrown slopes outside. Cutting grass seemed like an easy chore, but it was absolute torture. The wild weeds were thick and sticky, with tangled, stubborn roots. Every swing of his dull knife stung his hands, yet only a few blades snapped. Hunched over, he threw all his weight into each and every hack. Sweat quickly drenched his thin, tattered rags, stinging his eyes with a sharp burn. His back felt ready to snap in two. Standing up straight became an impossible chore. After filling less than half his basket, he hauled it back to the giant feeding troughs. What are you dawdling for? This is not even a snack. Go cut more. Can't you see the beasts are starving? If you ruin the spirit pig farm, you are dead. Chen Ping stared at his bleeding arms, opening his mouth but saying nothing. He silently grabbed his basket and blade, turning back toward the barren hills. All day long, he just ran back and forth tirelessly. After a hard day, Chen Ping was desperate to know how the spirit grains inside were doing. Going in, with just one look inside the space, Chen Ping froze right on the spot. In just one day, the single seed had already grown into a seedling over half a foot tall. This growth rate was absolutely mind-blowing. Over the following days, Chen Ping kept cutting grass and feeding the pigs, until the 7th day, when he entered the jade pendant space again. It was real food. Food that could actually fill my stomach. Food that belongs entirely to me. One handful, 2 handfuls, 10 handfuls, 20 handfuls, a full 6,000 plump grains of pure spirit rice. How should I handle this? All this spirit grain. Should I take it out? No, that is way too dangerous. The Mo mansion has too many prying eyes. If I get caught, the consequences will be dire. I will plant them right here. Yes, plant every single one. 6,100 seeds. If they can all grow. An acre of land can normally hold about 40,000 ordinary rice seedlings, even though the spirit rice grown here might grow much sturdier. Planting around 10,000 of them should be no problem. But planting them as single seeds won't work. What if some of the seeds fail to sprout? How many seeds should I put in each hole? 6 seeds. That way, I can guarantee there is a seedling in every hole, sowing 6 seeds at a time. I will finish in just 1,000 holes. Let's plant. Everyone always says I am a man of bitter fate, running around in the smelly pigsties day after day. But none of them know I harbor a deep secret in my heart, a secret that, even when I am down in hell, still allows me to look up at the stars. And that very secret, just a few ordinary seeds in my hand. 2, 3, 4. 1,000 holes, 6,000 seeds. This job takes serious patience. 7 days, just 7 more days. With this jade pendant's fertile soil, I can rise from a lowly laborer to a formal disciple of the sect. Only then can I save my own parents. 3 years ago, a mine was found far away. They desperately needed workers, but those deep shafts were lethal. To give their sickly son a fighting chance, even as the lowest sect laborers, it beats starving or becoming mine slaves. Chen Ping's parents signed their lives away on a death contract and descended into the depths, trading their lives to buy Chen Ping's way into the King Yun sect, securing his spot as a labor disciple. That very night, Chen Ping stared at the jade, focusing his mind. Yes, I did it. Just a few more days, and 6,000 sprouts will become mature spirit grain. Harvesting 6,000 stalks of spirit grain, plucking them by hand, or beating them with a stick is too slow. It is way too inefficient. I need a sickle, and the harvested ears must be threshed, rubbing them out one by hand. With 6,000 stalks, that would take forever. I need proper threshing tools. The sect has exactly what I need, but as a mere chore disciple, I cannot even get near those tools. And if I get caught stealing, they will break my limbs and throw me out. At worst, they will beat me to death. But if I don't steal, what else can I do? To get the threshing tools I need, Chen Ping, sneaking into the middle gate's tool warehouse to grab farming gear. I need a sickle and a thresher cart. I got them both out. But the larger the object, the more energy it drains from me. Got the sickle, got the thresher cart. Moving in and out of the space is exhausting. I should wait until the spiritual grain is ripe before going back. On the 7th day, Chen Ping entered the jade pendant space again. It worked. They are all fully mature. Now, I won't have to risk my life just to eat. I'll never have to suffer from starvation again. This spiritual rice is packed with pure nutrients, far superior to any ordinary food on earth. Only when my body is strong and healthy will I have the energy to handle the harsh chores outside. This will save me both time and strength, and I can use that extra time and energy to practice the health-nourishing technique. The health-nourishing technique. It is the cultivation method the sect gives to every chore disciple to build up their physical bodies. But chore disciples never have the time or energy to practice it. Now that Chen Ping has an endless supply of spiritual rice, he finally has the perfect chance to train. By mastering this technique, his strength will grow, chores will get easier, and he will have plenty of time to rest. This is the start of a virtuous cycle. I must survive and keep moving forward, and live my life with real dignity. Wake the hell up, all of you. Oh, lame Chen can carry half a basket today. Did you sneak food last night? Focus the mind, keep oneness. Ground the energy at the dantia. Push the mountain, explore the sea. As he kept practicing the technique day by day, Chen Ping's footsteps gradually became light and swift, and his raw physical strength began to soar. Ha ha ha. With these spirit bones, it won't take long before I become a regular disciple. Today, Chen Ping just finished feeding the pigs when a few burly bullies approached. They kicked a bucket of slop right at him, trying to trip him. What the hell, since when is this weakling so strong? My longevity training is finally paying off. I didn't expect to gain this much strength. This change is too obvious, though. It could bring trouble. I need to lie low from now on. My longevity training is definitely paying off. I can't believe how much stronger I've gotten. But this is way too noticeable. It might blow my cover. I have to be more careful. I'm sure that soon, I will meet the requirements to become a formal disciple. Chenping, you seem to have plenty of energy lately, and your strength is growing, too. It is all thanks to your excellent guidance, manager. I would never dare to slack off. Never dare to slack off. Well, you certainly seem quite busy, since you have so much spare energy. Go clean up that pig pen by the North Slope woods. Make sure it is spotless. The North Slope, but manager, I heard that place isn't safe. They say wild boars roam there. Aren't you supposed to be strong? You can carry heavy stones, can't you? So why fear a few wild beasts? Or are my orders not good enough for you? Manager Wang has already targeted me. Either he suspects I secretly took some elixir, or he's just angry that I'm no longer acting like the same helpless weakling he could easily push around before. Now he wants to put me back in my place. I cannot afford to fight back just yet. It will only bring a harsher whipping. You might even get beaten to death on the spot. Then get it cleaned up before dark. If you dare slack off, or leave a speck of dirt HMPH, you know the consequences. What are you standing there for? Stop dawdling and move it. No one can know I killed this wild boar. The boar meat itself is worth a fortune, It will boost my cultivation. It will really help me grow stronger. With everything finally finished, he dragged his exhausted, foul-smelling body step by agonizing step, back to his low and cramped little shack. Back in the shelter, he lacked the strength to even fetch water to wash. He just blindly tore off his outermost filthy, mud-caked, tattered rags and curled up on the cold straw, passing out cold. Where the hell did Chen Ping go? Is the pigsty finished? Chen Ping, Supervisor Wang. Humph, look at you, like a dead dog. I bet the work is not done. Useless trash, I told you to clean it yesterday. You are still dawdling, covered in filth and bad luck. No food for you today. Supervisor Wang, though the work is not done. Yesterday a huge wild boar charged into the pigsty. It nearly killed me. I barely managed to escape. My arm got hurt to a wild boar. There was a massive racket. I was too far to see clearly. Bullshit. A wild boar? Where would a wild boar come from? You are just slacking off, making up lies to fool me. Or maybe you broke the pigsty yourself, and want to blame it on some boar. You worthless trash, you have got some nerve. Unfinished work is unfinished work. No more excuses. Right now. Today get your ass to the back mountain market and carry stones now. Don't even think of coming back without carrying 100. If you dare slack off, the whip awaits. He's keeping a close eye on me. He's onto me. It wasn't because of the wild boar, and it wasn't because the pig pen wasn't cleaned properly. It was because my strength has grown so much, and my health has improved. He suspects that I stole something or came across some great fortune. From this day on, my life is going to be much harder. Returning to his shack that night, Chen Ping tried his best to suppress his burning anger, burying this deep-seated hatred into his heart. Late at night, when the guard who was watching Chen Ping had finally fallen fast asleep, only then could Chen Ping catch a brief moment of relief. Dragging his utterly exhausted and worn-out body, Chen Ping entered the secret jade pendant space. He threw himself in front of the spiritual grain, ravenous like a wild, starving wolf, devouring the rice in massive mouthfuls. Vitality, his damaged meridians, under the continuous nourishment of the spiritual grain, began to heal at a much faster rate. After eating the grain, he did not rest immediately, but chose to stay inside this tiny, quiet space, and began practicing his health cultivation technique. Only by obtaining much greater strength could he endure Supervisor Wang's constant, harsh torment, and survive this place. As the days slowly passed by, the stubborn, silent grit deep within Chen Ping's bones was pushed to the limit by Supervisor Wang's pressure, and was completely unleashed at last. One late night, he entered the jade space as usual to eat and train, and after finishing, he habitually cast a quick glance over at the pile of items in the corner. Wait, no. It has been nearly a full month since I butchered and prepped that wild boar. So how is this meat still so perfectly fresh? It doesn't spoil, yes. Things inside the jade pendant space simply do not decay, whether it was highly sensitive or just ordinary flesh. Heaven is truly on my side. By now, his physical strength was close to the official requirements for the official disciple assessment. Late one afternoon, Chen Ping was on a steep slope in the back mountains, clearing away a wild, overgrown patch of briars. His sour-faced supervisor, Zhao Li, sat snoozing on a cool rock in the shade nearby. Suddenly, a strange ripple of energy swept across the entire labor peak. An immortal, a real immortal has actually descended. The labor peak went wild. An immortal has graced our labor peak. Forgive us for not welcoming you properly. What a grave offense. How may this lowly one serve you, immortal? This servant is at your disposal, ready to serve you with my very life. I am Zhou Qing, a disciple of the Inner Sect's Affairs Hall. I am ordered by the elders to inspect the spiritual energy nodes on each peak. Lately, the sect has detected that the labor peak area is experiencing some unusual fluctuations in spiritual energy. I have come to investigate. Furthermore, I must stay on your peak for several days. I need to select two quick-handed and honest-minded servants to assist me. These two will do. Oh, serving the immortal is the greatest blessing of their lives. Immortal Joe, please command them as you see fit. The immortal's arrival at the labor peak finally stirred up some waves in this stagnant pool. Supervisor Wang was so busy sucking up to the immortal, he had no time for Chen Ping. This gave Chen Ping even more time, more precious time to practice his longevity exercises. Fueled by both spiritual grain and wild boar meat, Chen Ping's cultivation progressed by leaps and bounds. He finally raised his physical strength to 500 pounds, meeting the sect's requirements to become an official disciple. Have you heard? Immortal Joe said it's not just our place. It seems spiritual energy across the entire sect is growing thin. Are you serious? No wonder the immortal has investigated for so long without any clues. Turns out, a much larger crisis is brewing. Exactly. When the immortal was speaking with Manager Wang, I caught a few words about the sect's grand array rotating, and how the higher-ups' cultivation is being disrupted, which is why they're inspecting the nodes everywhere. Not like we mortals can understand these immortal matters anyway. The spiritual energy across the entire sect is dropping. The timing. It's been exactly 2 months since I got that jade pendant. This is just way too much of a coincidence. There is no obvious anomaly at this node. The energy fluctuations might be linked to the overall changes in the grand array. I must return to the Jishi Hall to report. Chenping, are you deaf? Now that the immortal's gone, you useless trash are worthless. Get your ass over to the back mountain, to that patch of thorns. Clear it all out for me within 3 days. If you don't finish, I'll skin you alive. Did you hear me? Get moving, you piece of trash. Manager Wang. As for clearing those thorns, you should find someone else. What did you say? Looking to die, my work is done. Now, I'm heading down the mountain. Ha ha, down the mountain. Are you trying to run, you bastard? I'm going to see the manager down there, to take the formal disciple assessment. An assessment, you. A one-handed cripple like you wants to be a formal disciple. I think you've completely lost your mind. Stop him, break his legs. Ah! 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 Manager Wang, the assessment time is limited. I'll be taking my leave. State your business. Disciple Chen Ping. I'm applying for the formal disciple assessment. From up the mountain? Yes. Do you know the rules? Lift the stone lock overhead once and hold for 3 breaths. Every year, a few hopefuls come to Miscellaneous Peak to try their luck. Most can't even budge the stone lock. Not bad. Take your token. Your official disciple token and uniform. Take them. Find an empty shack on the west side and settle in. Tomorrow at dawn, head to the backyard quarry for Foreman Lee. Report to Supervisor Lee. Thank you, Supervisor. I'll remember. Now that you're official, the work gets harder, and the rules are far stricter. The newcomer looks strong enough. Smash it solid. Break these large rocks into even, fist-sized pieces. That's the finished pile over there. This side is raw. 5 cubic meters every day. Finish work by late afternoon. Fail to finish, and your pay gets docked. Quota not met. No pay for you today. With my current strength and skill, 5 cubic meters is my absolute limit. I just need a few days to adapt. Plus the spirit rice and meat from my space, I'll definitely be able to finish. I must practice my life-nourishing art 5 times daily. Only then will I stand a chance of rising further. And Supervisor Wang, who keeps targeting me, I'll make sure he pays. Chen Ping quickly adapted to the quarry work. One day, as Chen Ping swung his hammer out of the corner of his eye, he spotted the entrance. Supervisor Wang was sneaking in. Supervisor Wang, what's he doing here? Chen Ping, stop hammering. Pack up your tools. Report to the neighboring mine. They're short of hands there. Head over this afternoon. That place is filled with a toxic aura. Working there slowly ruins your health. It can even rot your skin, and eventually die silently in some dark mine shaft, wrapped in a straw mat and thrown away. Of all the jobs for servant disciples, this has the highest death rate. It was Manager Wang. Definitely that absolute bastard. Newbie Chen Ping, the rules are simple. Get down there and start digging. Understand? A monthly quota of 100 pounds each. Fail, and your spirit crystals get docked. Fail for 3 straight months. Or die inside, and that's just your own bad luck. Don't think about slacking. And don't hide any ore. If the guards catch you, you die right there. Understood? Yes, sir. Now get in there. Mine shaft 7. This place is even more suffocating than expected. The rumors of the toxic mine are true. The air in this shaft carries a lethal poison. The longer I stay, the deeper the toxin seeps. My head spins, eyes blurring. My limbs feel completely drained. My chest feels crushed by a heavy stone. Spiritual food and meat cannot even relieve this. Even my health cultivation technique is barely working. No, I must get out of here. Otherwise, I won't last 3 months. This damn hellhole. Only 2 months in, and I'm already dying of thirst. Save your strength. Just focus on saving enough spirit crystals to buy a kindling herb. Easy for you to say. 100 pounds of ore only gets you 2 crystals, and 1 kindling herb costs 5 of them. That's 2.5 months of your life. Still beats dying from the poison. I heard that herb doesn't just cure the toxin, but it also boosts your physical strength. Excuse me, brothers. I heard you mention the kindling herb. What exactly is that? Can it really cure the poison in this mine? You must be new here, kid. That is the Sect's medicine hall. They sell spiritual herbs specifically for mine poison. I heard they do wonders for us mortals. Really? But where would we get something like that? Is it expensive? Extremely. More than just expensive. It costs 5 spirit essences per stock. We risk our lives mining 100 pounds a month, and only get to spirit essences. Isn't there any cheaper way? Like seeds. Growing them from seeds is cheaper, sure. But what is the use? Even with seeds, could you keep them alive? Spirit grass seeds need spiritual soil, and spiritual energy to nourish it. Wait me jade pendant space. Could the soil inside actually be spiritual land? And does it have spiritual energy? My pay, I need my pay. This month's wages. I must get 1 spirit essence for green spirit grass seeds. And then, with that single seed I will change my destiny. This poison is ravaging my body faster than I expected. Chen Ping. Target, 100 pounds. Delivered, 113. Totaling 3 spirit essences. Excuse me, big brothers, where can I buy green spirit grass seeds? The Immortal Master, HMPH. This lowly one wishes to buy green spirit grass seeds. I heard you have green spirit grass seeds here, Immortal Master. 1 spirit essence per seed. Ordinary soil won't keep them alive. You had better think this through. This lowly one understands. Please, Immortal Master, let me buy 1. I want to try. Actually, this lowly one wants to buy 2 more. As you wish. Best to learn your lesson. Don't blame me when they fail. I warned you. Is the soil in this space actually spiritual land? Chen Ping stayed inside the space for a long time, yet the seeds still did not sprout. His spirit was utterly exhausted. He had no choice but to exit the space. When work ended the next day, Chen Ping practically sprinted all the way back to his shack, and immediately entered the space inside his jade pendant. It worked, it really worked, this patch of dark soil. This magical space truly can cultivate the green spirit grass. This was far more than just a simple herb. This was his ticket to surviving this harsh life. It is my only rope to climb out of this living hell. Green spirit grass matures in 12 months and bears seeds in 24. Time inside this space flows 12 times faster than the outside world, barring any unforeseen accidents. All 3 stalks of green spirit grass will be fully mature in 1 month. During the agonizing days of waiting for the harvest, the rapid speed of Chenping's physical deterioration was even faster than he had anticipated, and far more severe. Inside the mine, every single time he swung his heavy pickaxe, the screaming muscles in his arms revolted. Every time he bent down to pry at the ore, his spine let out a groaning sound under the unbearable strain. By the time the 2nd month arrived, mining had become an incredibly painful struggle for Chenping. His daily quota of 100 pounds of raw ore became a massive mountain that was nearly impossible to climb. His movements grew slow and heavy, and his productivity plummeted, often forcing him to work nearly twice as long as the other miners, just to barely scrape together the required weight. That day, he spotted the familiar figure of Supervisor Wang from afar, standing right beside the overseer of the mining district. The two of them were whispering quietly about something. "Chenping, you only met 80% of your quota last month. If you fail to meet your required amount again this month, by the rules, we must expel you from the sect," Supervisor Wang said. "Just as I thought. If I am kicked out of the sect now, that would basically be a direct death sentence for me. Brother Chen, how did you end up looking like this miserable ghost?" "Humph, ha 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 ha. This godforsaken mining cave is truly no place for a human. Just look at how it tortured you. My brother, your elder brother here, was quite curious last time, back when you were in the handyman quarters. You were clearly as weak as a little helpless chick. How did you suddenly get so tough lately? Your strength is growing crazy fast. Come on, did you find some treasure? Or stumble onto some special miracle? Just share this little secret with me, and I promise I'll get you out of this godforsaken hellhole right away. I'll set you up with an easy, safe job. You'll get plenty of spirit stones, too. Roll with me, and we'll live like kings. Isn't that better than waiting to die here? Honestly, even being my obedient little dog beats your pathetic life right now, doesn't it?" "Chi, you ungrateful piece of trash, throwing my kindness right back at me. Think you're some kind of tough guy. Let's see how long that attitude lasts. If you miss your quota again next month, I'll personally watch the overseer toss you out like a dead dog from this sect. Even if you crawl back to lick my boots, I won't even spare you a second glance. Take your pathetic little secret with you, and rot back in the mortal world." 3 months later, Chenping entered the jade pendant space again. It actually grew. This is an absolute masterpiece. Wait, what's going on? Is it completely useless? The old-timers in the mine, they had no reason to lie to me. Hold on. It actually worked. They really didn't lie to me. This is green spirit grass. I can't let this massive energy go to waste. The next day, while Chenping was mining, he suddenly realized he could lift over 700 pounds. This green spirit grass is truly incredible. It didn't just cure the mind poison, it gave me an extra 100 pounds of strength. I have to play this safe, no matter who is watching me from the shadows. Soon, the end of the month deadline arrived. Chenping's hunched, frail frame handed over exactly 100 caddies of spiritual or mine this month. This brat didn't even meet his quota last month. He looks like he could drop dead any second. But this month he barely scraped by. Must be a deathbed surge. Humph, this won't do. I need to give Manager Wang a heads up, lest that stingy bastard badmouth me to the elders. Ha ha ha. Hard work, Manager Liu, much appreciated. That walking corpse from earlier. How much did Chenping actually turn in? Did he even hit 50, 100 caddies? What? 100? He actually survived that, humph. The scale doesn't lie. How could it be fake? He is poisoned to his core. He could barely even walk straight. How is that possible? To mine exactly 100 caddies. Does he really possess some secret life-saving method? Or did he hide some spiritual essence to buy medicine? Humph. Let's see how much longer you can last. Once you can't take it anymore, and come crawling to beg me like a dog, I will squeeze your bones dry with interest, until there is absolutely nothing left of you. Your secrets and fortune will be mine in the end. Humph, humph, HMPH. After a month of keeping up appearances and working in secret, toxic spiritual, or poisons began building up inside his body again. He pulled out his jade pendant and entered its pocket dimension. What is this? These are seeds left behind after the green spirit grass fully matured. 47, 48 across the two valleys. Exactly 48 seeds in total. Not one more, nor less. Chen Ping planted all 48 of the green spirit grass seeds. Then, he began practicing his life-nurturing Qigong. To see just how much his physical strength had improved, Chen Ping headed back to the number 10 rock yard. This time, he easily hoisted a rock weighing over 700 caddies. Reaching a full 1,000 caddies was no longer a distant dream. When that day comes, I will take the manager-disciple trial. Strive to become an overseer. The days slipped past in disguise and secret preparation, quietly sliding away. But on this day, something completely unexpected occurred, shattering the deathly silence of the mines. The usually quiet, silent old miner, Zhangshai, suddenly charged out like a mad beast, having completely lost all his sanity. What terrifying power, spirit or poison had completely destroyed his mind, yet it squeezed out his life's final potential. The resident immortal who was responsible for guarding this mining area now stepped inside the dark mine shaft as well. He was insane to actually fight an immortal head-on. This is the true power of an immortal. It is simply not something mortal force can withstand. 800 pounds of strength in front of this flame was nothing but a complete joke. Overseer Wang deserved to die. But so what if he killed Overseer Wang? In front of this kind of absolute power, mortals are nothing but mere ants. I must possess that kind of flame too. I must become an immortal. In the days that followed, Chen Ping became even more careful, playing his useless, decrepit role. A month quickly passed in Moying Palace. He's clearly a sick old ghost with one foot in the grave. So how can he deliver exactly 100 pounds of ore every month? There's definitely something fishy going on here. I must squeeze this benefit out for myself first, and never let that greedy Overseer Wang find out. 30 stocks are enough to absorb day and night for these 2 months, leaving the remaining 18 to seed and multiply endlessly. I will never have to look at those immortals' faces again. After 2 months passed, Chen Ping had completely consumed all 30 of his green spirit herbs. His strength rose from 700 to 800, and then to 1,000 pounds, before finally reaching an incredible 2,000 pounds. On the third morning after spending 3 full months in the mines, Chen Ping walked out of the Sect area, along the rugged mountain path, silently walking toward the very top of Servant Peak. Disciple Chen Ping. Chang Yi from the mines, here to take the steward disciple exam. Chang Yi from the mines, what is your strength? Answering the steward, my strength is decent. Go ahead, strike it with all your might. Aim for the chest. What is this thing made of? There are absolutely no seams. What will happen if I hit it? Ha! Why is this dummy completely still? Could this material really not even budge under 2,000 pounds of force? £1,997. Not bad. Far exceeding the 1,000-pound threshold. You passed. Here is your identity token and steward disciple uniform. Starting today, You are promoted from handyman to steward disciple. Your monthly salary is 2 low-grade spirit stones. On the 5th of every month, bring this token to the summit warehouse to claim it. Also, this is a newly pill. The sect issues one to each steward disciple every year. It can strengthen your foundation, boosting your strength and vitality. Use it wisely. Its effects are decent. 2 spirit crystals a month, plus a yearly pill that boosts my strength. This treatment is over 100 times better than slave labor in the mines. This is the power and status that brings in resources. Thank you, steward. Take this. This is the roster of vacant posts for steward disciples. Choose one for your new posting. Tell me when you have decided. Beast pens, weaving workshop, spirit granary, charcoal kill, laundry room. All of these are exhausting, filthy jobs. Managing dozens of grimy handymen, with absolutely no perks. The 100 herb gardenia place for growing spiritual herbs. As long as there are spirit veins and soil, spiritual herbs will grow, even if it is just the most ordinary seed. Once planted inside my jade pendant space, this is absolutely a massive, life-changing opportunity. Manager, this disciple is willing to go to Baiyao Garden. Baiyao Garden is fine. It is quiet there, and the work is much lighter, which is perfect for nursing your chronic illness. This disciple still has one thing unclear. I beg the manager for guidance. If this disciple wishes to test his spiritual root, must I first become a formal gymming disciple? I wonder what requirements are needed for this spiritual root test, and where is it conducted? Strength is merely the foundation for surviving in the mortal world. The spiritual root is the key that truly opens the immortal path. Requirements, HMPH. Testing your root is simple. Go to the affairs hall and hand over 5 low-grade spirit stones. Then I will test you. 5 low-grade spirit stones. That is right. Just 5 low-grade spirit stones. 1 low-grade spirit stone can be exchanged for 100 low-grade spirit essences. 5 of them would equal 5,000 spirit essences. This is not a mere requirement at all. This is nothing but a blatant, insurmountable chasm. 500 spirit essences. It is the barrier that those lofty immortals above have drawn as a cruel deadline for all ordinary mortals. If you can pay, only then are you worthy to know if you have immortal fate. If not, you will crawl in the mud for your entire life. I risk my life for a whole month just to earn 2 or 3 spirit essences. 500 spirit essences would take me over 20 years. 20 years is just too long, with far too many variables. Now that you know, you may leave. The demon-slaying plane is on the back mountain. Find your own way there. Your token has a restrictive seal. Once you arrive, someone will be there to receive you. "500 spirit essences. Over 20 years, for a mere mortal. That is a dream from which they can never hope to wake up. But I'm different. I have the jade pendant space. That was no dream. It is a goal I can reach very soon. No matter how distant, if I can access spiritual herbs, as long as I can use my jade pendant space, there is a shortcut for me." So this is Baiyao Garden. This is the starting point of my true path to cultivation. You must be our new manager. I am Wang Defa, the head hand here. I have been waiting for you, manager. No need for such formalities, Uncle Wang. My name is Chen Ping. I just arrived. I will be relying on you all from now on. Oh, I wouldn't dare, sir. Please, follow me inside. Manager Chen, this will be your quarters. Your 8 workers are busy out in the garden. I will go and call them to greet you. No need to rush. First, tell me the rules of the garden. The daily work is just watering, fertilizing, weeding, and catching pests. But the work must be extremely precise. Manager, every spiritual herb here is carefully registered and personally overseen by the immortal masters above. If any wither due to poor care, or get ruined by pests, at best, you will be punished. At worst, you will lose your head. Serving the immortals is no easy task, indeed. High risk always means high reward. The rules are strict, but my access to those herbs is more direct. Such a cold gaze. There is something about her. A dangerous aura that doesn't fit these servant quarters. Who is that? That is Manager Bizi, sir. She arrived 6 months before you. She manages the cold attribute herbs in the east. He was sent down here directly from the summit. They say he has quite a background. He's got a cold nature. He rarely speaks to any of us, only ever focuses on his herb field. Sent down directly from the summit. No wonder his banner is so different. A guy with such a mysterious background. His strength completely unknown. It is best to keep my distance. Manager, since you have just arrived, the most important thing is to familiarize yourself with the types and habits of all spirit herbs here. You absolutely must not mix them up. This was bestowed by the immortal master from the summit, the illustrated manuscript of 100 herbs. Inside, it records the garden's entire collection of existing spiritual herbs and their appearances, along with their names, growth habits, essential care instructions, and methods for treating and preventing common pests and diseases. You must commit all of this to memory quickly. An immortal path. This is the immortal opportunity I've dreamed of. This illustrated guide, combined with that patch of black soil in my jade pendant space, will give me an endless supply of spiritual herbs. Meeting the 5 low-grade spirit stone quota will be a piece of cake. I can even consume the herbs myself, to forcefully upgrade my own spiritual talent. Time to make a big move. Wangbo, take me to see the area I will be managing, and meet the team. Yes, manager. Right this way, please. Gather around, everyone. Let me introduce our new manager, Master Chen Ping. From now on, Manager Chen will lead everyone in tending this West Garden herb field. Show some energy, everyone. Greetings, Manager Chen. No need for formalities. I am Chen Ping. We will be working together from now on. As for the garden's rules, Wang Bo has surely explained them all to you. I only have one rule. Watch over the herbs you are responsible for. If mistakes happen and the summit blames us, if things go wrong, nobody can shoulder the blame. Just go about your work as usual. Especially you, manager. This is Li Yushin, a highly experienced and veteran hand here. This is Zhao Shitu, who is incredibly strong. And this is Sun Xiaowei, who has sharp eyes. These people are the foundation of my control over the garden. Used well, they are great helpers. Used poorly, and they will be trouble. Manager Chen, this section is for scarlet sunflowers. Look how the edges of these leaves are turning red. That means they are almost fully mature. We must pay extra attention to pests here. Over here, we have the staunching vines. These vines are highly flexible. The ropes on the trellises need frequent checks. This section is for condensing dew grass. The dew on their leaves is actually their medicinal essence. When watering, you absolutely must not wet the leaves. The water must soak slowly into the roots. Manager, this rot scale paste is highly potent. You have to control the dosage strictly. If it is too close or too much, it will burn the roots completely, but too little will have no effect. This work, compared to smashing rocks in the mines, requires 100 times more patience and extreme care. These spiritual, mystical plants are truly delicate. Now that I have seen true spiritual medicine, those top-grade items in the eyes of mortals are nothing more than some ordinary, worthless weeds after all. Once I establish a firm foothold here in Baiyao Garden and manage to acquire better spiritual herb seeds, this piece of land will finally show the world its true, heaven-defying value. In the days that followed, Chen Ping lived a highly disciplined life. During the day, he patrolled the branch's entire garden area, always keeping the encyclopedia of herbs in hand, reading it whenever he had a spare moment. Which pest is the worst for these scarlet sunflowers? Replying to the manager, the most annoying is the firefang bug. Redheads, blackbacks. They suck the leaf sap. You have to spray them with tobacco-infused water. What about the fishy herb? I read in a book that pests are rare for it. Yes, they are indeed rare. But last year we had that twin moth plague. Bright white grubs hid under the leaves, chewing the veins. Those pests hated the heat. Had to pick them off one by hand. Total nightmare. It's been a month now. The immortal masters from the peak only inspect once a month for common herbs like blood-stopping vine and dewgrass, which are low-grade and abundant. Unless the main roots are damaged, nobody will ever notice a thing. The time is ripe. This vine is growing beautifully. Look at this color. Its medicinal potency must be fully concentrated by now. Manager, this one is an old vine. This deep brown, weathered bark is the main ingredient for high-grade blood-replenishing pills. The peak masters value it highly, but these vines are growing too dense. Poor ventilation. Look right here. Doesn't this look like a sign of mold? Oh no, this looks like the onset of wet rot. We must deal with it immediately. If it spreads, and the immortal masters find out, don't panic. Just prune off the infected section. Go to the tool room and get some clean plant ash. We will sprinkle it on the cut to seal it. The cut must be perfectly clean. Yes, I'll go get it right away. Let's cut it right here. Thank you for the warning, manager. Otherwise, my head would be on the chopping block. Keep a closer eye on things from now on. As long as I can plant cuttings, this vine will absolutely survive in this black soil. Just survive. As long as it lives, this plot will be my black gold treasury. These few plants are way too crowded. They're stealing nutrients. I'll weed out the weakest one. This soil is too compacted. It needs to be loosened up for air. Just remember, never damage the main root. Whether the vine is snapped, a seedling, or a broken root, this black soil can force it to grow. But this speed is still too slow. What if I had actual spiritual spring water? Irrigated with spiritual spring water. Its growth rate is nearly 20 times faster than outside, with strength nearing 3,000 pounds. I have reached the mortal martial limit. The power of kindling grass on my current body is completely useless now. Now is the moment. This is it. My bottleneck is loosening. So this is a true immortal herb. A single leaf is worth 100 kindling grasses. That is a true immortal spell. He is not just a manager, but an elite disciple who has practiced actual cultivation methods. It was a broken leaf from that dying herb. When I got close to inspect it earlier, it accidentally fell right into my collar. If this single leaf survives, then I will have a path to immortality, a ladder straight to heaven. Every day, back in my stone hut, besides my absolute routine of practicing health techniques, I check the condition of the treasures in my space. The dewdrop grass grows best. The shayang flower fibers have also sprouted into a tiny seedling with reddish, tender leaves. Finally, he turned his gaze to that broken Hankson leaf. It survived. 3 years is too long. I cannot afford to wait. It can actually be propagated by division. So Chen Ping divided the dewdrop grass roots and planted 10 new dewdrop grasses. He used the same method to plant 8 Hanxin grasses. After planting all of them, he fetched the spiritual spring water he saved earlier. He gave each plant just a tiny splash, and carefully brought over the last of the sugar water, watering the 3 Hanxin grasses specifically. In a flash, Chenping had been laying low in Baiyao Garden for 3 months. It is useless. The medicinal power of dewgrass to me now is no different from plain water. My body refinement has hit a dead end. Now that dewgrass has lost its effect on me, it is time to trade them for spirit stones. Chenping began to ask around for any way to trade spirit herbs for spirit stones. Unfortunately, ordinary laborers had no access to such secrets, so Chenping thought of Steward Bai. You have been in this garden a long time. How much do you know about Steward Bai? Like, what does he prefer? He seems so cold. Oh, right, he seems to really love sweets. I have seen him eating pastries several times. Cultivators fast from worldly food, yet he still craves mortal sweets. This is my breakthrough. Chenping began bringing self-made pastries every day, sharing them with the laborers in the herb fields. The sweet pastries quickly won over these hard-working men. Steward Bai, try some freshly made red bean buns. No need, you guys eat them. He is very guarded. No matter, winning him over takes patience. I tried making steamed cakes today. They are quite soft. Please, Steward, have a taste. Steward Bai, 4 things like the spirit herbs in our garden, besides handing them over to the sect. If there is any surplus, is there a way to trade them outside? To the north, about 50 li north of Zai Peak, there is a small valley. Every 1st and 15th, a few registered disciples and some outer sect members gather there to trade for their daily resources. The rules there are simple, but it is also a chaotic place. Be careful. I have things to do, so I'm off. By his 4th month at Baiyao Garden, Chenping took out 20 stalks of dewgrass, preparing to make a trip to Blackstone Valley, 50 li of snowy road. With my current speed, I can rush there in an hour, but I absolutely cannot draw any attention. 50 spirit crystals. I can't go any lower. 10 years old. Its medicinal power is almost completely gone. This green spirit talisman, for 3 stalks of windbell grass. No windbell grass. Will dewgrass do instead? Dewgrass. Its potency is too mild. 2 stalks of dewgrass, for 1 spirit stone. 2 stalks for 1 spirit stone, or 500 caddies of spiritual rice. Do you want some premium dewgrass? How much dewgrass do you have? 20 stalks, just freshly harvested. Take a look. Top grade quality. Look at this. They were definitely just freshly dug up. The appearance is decent, but the effect is too mild. I'll take them all for 13 spirit stones. Then I'll ask someone else. Hey, wait. You sure are patient, brother. 700 caddies per stock. 14. Spirit stones. The hard currency of the cultivation world. Brother, bring me more good stuff next time. Strange guy, but his goods are truly excellent. Chenping returned to his small stone house in the garden. He took out his jade pendant and entered its space. He placed the 14 spirit stones inside the space, along with the 5 spirit stones for testing his spiritual roots at the inner affairs hall. Finally saved enough. Just another day or 2. This batch of Hanxing herb will be ready for its 3rd split. He wondered if these spirit stones could aid his cultivation. It was an immortal plant after all. Mortal methods could hardly budge it. Chenping sighed to himself. He prepared to put the spirit stones away. By sheer accident, his finger brushed the warm jade pendant on his chest. A faint white light flashed. So fast it seemed like an illusion. Chenping felt his palm suddenly go empty. The spirit stone was gone. He looked down but could not find the stone anywhere. Just then, he noticed the herbs planted at the very edge. The Hanxing herb. The gap between the herb and the boundary had widened slightly. Could it be? Did the spirit stone expand this space? By absorbing the stone, it could actually enlarge the area. Stop. I must stop. Testing my spiritual roots costs 5 stones, plus 1 extra for backup. That is my hard limit. I cannot chase petty gains right now, and ruin my chance at the immortal gate. The pendant absorbs stones to expand the space. The space grows more spiritual herbs, which are then traded for more stones. It is a perfect positive cycle, an infinitely promising new world. 4 months of laying low, hundreds of tedious herb splits and black market trades, I have finally forged my stepping stone. It is time to test my spiritual roots. Chen Ping of the Baiyao Garden. Did something happen? Are the spiritual herbs damaged? On his way back, Baiyao Garden is fine. The herbs are growing nicely. Haha, nothing is wrong. Then what are you doing here? This disciple wants to test my spiritual root. Humph, didn't I tell you last time? What kind of place do you think this is? Servant disciples don't get tested just by asking. It costs 5 low-grade spirit stones. No spirit stones, no amount of begging will help. How on earth did this kid get them? Did he resort to some underhanded tricks? Never mind. I'll investigate where those stones came from later. Follow me. So this is where the immortal testing happens. Wang crossing. 3 spiritual roots, earth, wood and fire. Purity is medium low. You may directly enter the outer sect. What? This is a supreme heavenly spiritual root. Wang crossing. 3 spiritual roots, earth, wood and fire. Medium purity. You can directly enter the outer sect. Liurgu. No spiritual root. Sunchuxu. For spiritual roots. Gold, wood, water, earth mixed and weak. Pending status. Chun duo. Gold, wood, water, fire, earth, a useless 5 elements root. Pending status. This is a single spiritual root. A fire attribute single spiritual root. So pure, so powerful. Heaven blesses our sect. Heaven blesses our sect. Ha ha ha. Excellent. A single fire spiritual root. Ha ha ha. I, of Liying Peak, claim this boy. From this moment on, he is my true disciple. Alright, next. This is perfect balance of the 5 elements. I've never seen such a balanced 5-element root. 5-element roots are usually messy and chaotic, making cultivation incredibly difficult. But here, the 5 elements are perfectly equal. Look. Chen Ping, a 5-element spiritual root. Metal, wood, water, fire, and earth all present. The 5 elements are in absolute balance. Verdict: this is a useless spiritual root. He has a spiritual root, but it is a 1 in 10,000. Even more useless than a normal 5-element root. A self-annihilating piece of trash. Alright, the test is complete. Next. Once the results were out, you follow me first to collect the basic cultivation method from the sect. Keep managing the Baiyao Garden. and do not slack off. Yes, sir, I understand. So what if it is a trash route? As long as I stay in Bayou Garden and rely on the black soil in my jade pendant, I can still survive this cutthroat cultivation world and carve out a bloody path for myself. This is the basic evergreen art cultivation manual. Inside this pouch are 2 low-grade spirit stones, and in this porcelain bottle is your annual allowance. It is a marrow cleansing pill. It will help cleanse the impurities from your body, but you must reach the first stage of chore refining to use it. Otherwise, your body will explode, killing you. This disciple understands. You will keep your duties managing Bayou Garden for now. But being a registered disciple does not mean you are safe. Within 1 year, if you cannot enter the chore refining stage and reach the first layer, your path is hopeless. Your disciple status will be stripped, and you will be expelled from the sect. If you cannot break through within 5 years and reach the 3rd layer, you will also be banished. I understand. Men, go investigate that handyman named Shen Ping from Bayou Garden. I want to know everything about his background, what he did back in the mortal world, who he has met over the past 4 months, and what exactly he has been doing. Dig up everything. Yes, senior brother, a street performer with no background, can actually get spirit stones. There must be a trick here. The cultivation world is dog eat dog. If there is an opportunity, it should belong to me. Quiet the mind, dry and che. A night of tedious effort. Except for numb legs, there is absolutely nothing. A mortal, fleshly body really can't touch heaven's spiritual energy. Manager by, you went to the Deacon Hall yesterday to test your spiritual root. You actually have one. Yes, congratulations on becoming a disciple. Thank you, Manager by. I tried drawing Che all night, but achieved absolutely nothing. Are there any tricks to it? Che is formless, you cannot force it. The more anxious you get, the more your mind wavers. No background, yet so remarkably calm. Drawing Che is about refining essence. It is a test of willpower. Go sit by the water. Listen to waves, watch falling leaves. Once calm, Che will find its way. Useless. Still completely useless. I cannot even budge a spirit stone. Am I truly shut out from immortality? It's ripe. The mother plant is finally ripe. The conventional path is a dead end. Maybe this is my only hope left. Did I fail? No, it is working. I can guide this medicinal power. Since it works, I will bet absolutely everything. Ah, survive, Master Che, and get my revenge. What is this? A concubine. Guiding Che inside. I succeeded, but unless I am absolutely forced, I will never swallow it whole. If not for my obsession with revenge, I would have probably died from the pain. Guiding it into my body is just step 1. Next comes training to the first level. So this is spiritual energy. At this painfully slow rate, to accumulate enough power, To finally break through my very first spiritual meridian, it will likely take several years. Is this the infamous 5 elements trash root? It can absorb everything, but because of that, they clash inside my body. This rate of progress is absolutely hopeless. Immortals and mortals are as different as humans and ants. Years, I cannot wait for years. This is actually the annual allowance of several disciples, and it is my only hope right now. I really hope this works. It works, it actually works. After crushing it up, the speed of my spiritual energy absorption has increased by several times at least. As expected, on the path of cultivation, one must ultimately rely on spiritual pills. The rate of colliding and canceling elements seems to have only decreased by a very tiny, almost completely negligible amount. My efficiency has only improved by about 30%. 30%? This means that the time I need to reach the first level of chore refinement will still take 2 or 3 years, maybe even longer. I cannot wait that long. Since relying on my own trash spiritual root talent is so hopeless, and makes cultivation this incredibly difficult for me, I must do whatever it takes to get tons of spiritual pills. I still have 200 do herbs in my black soil, and 199 Hankson herbs. These valuable herbs are my true fortune. When the time is ripe, I can totally take these 2 types of spirit herbs, and exchange them for plenty of pills, to fuel my own cultivation. Or is there a chance that I could? I might actually be able to become an alchemist myself, and refine my own pills. That would be a much better option. The spiritual herbs here need to be watered 3 times every single day, without exception. But my cultivation progress is just too slow. Without the support of pills, meeting the Sect's requirement of reaching chore refining level 1 within a year is going to be absolutely impossible for me. I absolutely must find another way out. My spirit stones are gone, and my cultivation path is cut off once again. The 1-year deadline hangs over my head like a cold, sharp blade, ready to fall at any second. Hankson Gross, 2 spirit stones a stock. No bargaining. These herbs are of superior quality and potency. And the premium Hankson Gross goes for 20 spirit stones a stock. Premium Ninglu Gross is just 1 spirit stone a stock. What? Your Hankson Gross is 20% more than Old Lee's, and the Ninglu Gross is priced way higher than his. Kid, have you lost your mind over money? But look at the quality. It really is much better than what is on Old Lee's stall. Fellow Taoist, Hankson Gross is to spirit stones. I will take 5 stocks, and give me 5 of the Ninglu Gross as well. Save 3 stocks of Hankson Gross for me. Me too. And me. You are rich, young friend. 64 stones. This is more than enough. With this first pot of gold, from here on, it is finally time to invest in myself. Shopkeeper, how much for the marrow cleansing pills? Ah, you have a good eye. We just got a fresh batch of premium marrow cleansing pills here at Hichun Hall. Only for spirit stones apiece. For spirit stones each. Too expensive. Bakeout Pavilion down the street only charges 3.5. You just open your mouth and demand for. Feels like a big shop bullying customers, doesn't it? You joke, fellow cultivator. How can Bakeochuan's trash ever compare to our Hichun Hall? Our stock is handcrafted by elite intersect alchemists of the Qingshuan sect. 3 spirit stones for 200 caddies. I will take 10. I will pay right now. No way. Then I will just go to Bakeochuan right now. Sigh, forget it, forget it. Consider it making a new friend. 3 spirit stones for 200 caddies, 10 items total. Selling them to you at a loss for 32 spirit stones. That is all. What about this one? 10 spirit stones, firm price. 5 spirit stones, 8 spirit stones. Does it at least come with a pill recipe? 6 spirit stones. Fine, take it away. "20 spirit stones. This cauldron is way too old, and a piece of the handle is missing. For 15 spirit stones, I will take it off your hands. 18 spirit stones. Not a single coin less. This is a proper alchemy cauldron we are talking about. At Old Wu's stall near the alley entrance up ahead, a brand new small brass cauldron is only slightly over 20. I might as well just buy a new one. Fine, 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 15 it is. Consider it my loss. Now take it and leave. That kid is actually quite generous with his money. Old Wu? Wait, there is no Old Wu in this marketplace. Safely navigating this marketplace twice now was partly due to my careful planning, but more than anything, it was luck. And luck is a fickle thing. Vague and elusive, it is bound to run out eventually. When that happens, I am a dead man. This place can easily become my grave. These are the last of my snacks, traded for a life-saving trump card. But these are just temporary consumables, and won't solve my crisis for good. Actually, my biggest gain from this trip isn't expensive pills or precious elixirs, but this highly inconspicuous torn scroll. Nourishing Spirit Pill, a generic name. For others, it's just slow accumulation. But for me, the main herb de grace is already growing by the hundreds in my secret space, and they just keep on growing. As for the other 2 ingredients, they're practically weeds in this herb garden. Sure, a single pill has limited effects, but with an endless supply of ingredients, I can keep refining them, mass-producing these nourishing spirit pills, and popping them like candy. 10 pills, try 100. This is the best path for a penniless, talentless, rootless rogue cultivator like me. And so, Once they've fully matured, I can start refining my pills. Set, Wangbo, Manager Chen, you called. Wangbo, you've been here a long time. You're highly experienced. My own cultivation has hit a bottleneck, and I need more time to train. So, the daily patrols and records, along with managing the workers, I'd like to leave to you for now. Manager, I couldn't possibly. I wouldn't even know where to start. No need to refuse, Wangbo. You know this place better than anyone. If you run into any major issues, like a sudden spike in herb losses, or some kind of severe plant disease, just let me know. I'll still pop out once a week to check in. Wangbo, you're getting older. Maybe this will help. Also, starting this month, your monthly allowance increases by 1 piece. I'll pay you personally. As supervisor, I will do my absolute best. I absolutely won't let you down. You can rest easy about the garden chores. I promise to keep a close eye. Yes, I trust you, Wangbo. Start the patrols tomorrow. I'll leave the schedules for specialists and laborers with you. Remember, don't make major decisions on your own. Report to me immediately. Medicinal pills must not be taken too frequently, otherwise, pill toxins will clog your meridians and could even cost your life. I've only dared take 3 over 2 weeks. The results are far worse than I expected. A 5-element spiritual roots aptitude is just like a giant funnel. No matter how pure the medicine is, the portion that actually remains is barely 1/10. The path of cultivation is long and arduous. They've ripened, not just ripened, but their potency is vastly superior to ordinary ones, by dozens of times over. The older the spiritual herbs, the higher the alchemy success rate, and the greater the chance of high-grade pills. I've used up all 10 marrow cleansing pills. Saddled with a useless root, relying solely on bitter cultivation, is a complete dead end. Alchemy, using this plot of black soil, to refine an endless supply of pills. This is my only way to change my fate. The ingredients are all ready, and I've studied the manuals endlessly. It is finally time to try. This cauldron is indeed incredibly ancient. Step 1. Light the fire. No legendary earth fire here to use. I have to rely on raw charcoal to manage the heat. This is bad. I won't even get past the first step. It is a clumsy way, incredibly slow and inefficient, but at least it works. Now comes the most critical, yet most elusive step of all. Fuse the medicinal essence and shape the pill. Fire, too hot. Overdone. My first attempt at refining has failed. The condensation herb's properties are completely gone. It melted way too fast. while the red ginseng's power was too heavy, making it impossible to fuse. The golden flower cannot take the high heat. Just black smoke of failure. Maybe I should feel frustrated, but what of it? I was born stubborn. This is the most precious pursuit of my entire life. A full 90 days. Like a prisoner chained to this pill furnace. My 100th batch, and my 100th failure. Chenping. What took you so long to open up, hiding some treasure inside? It is nothing. I was just meditating. I got a bit carried away. Here, take this. I brewed this nourishing tonic soup for you. You've been looking so pale and exhausted lately. If you keep pushing yourself like this, even an iron body won't hold up. You? Please take better care of yourself. Stop keeping everything bottled up inside. I only made those desserts for him to extract some news, yet he brought over this warm soup, simply because he saw how terrible I looked. Now, the critical moment is finally here. Fuse the medicinal essence, and form the pill. You? Home. It is real. Not useless charcoal. Not ruined dregs. They are real, fully formed pills. Ten sets of ingredients. I ruined 8 of them. Only 2 batches succeeded, yielding 10 pills total. These 10 seemingly world-changing pills are my stepping stones to shatter this useless root dead end. Such pure medicinal power. My spiritual energy is surging, more than 10 times faster than normal meditation. But red pill toxins are settling deep in my veins. I have no easy fix. I must force them out when I break through. 9 chin nourishing pills fully refine my dantian. The energy cloud has condensed to toothpick size. The first layer of chair refining is right here. Break open, Ningmen acupoint. What a barrier. The Taiji bone rebound almost shattered my meridians. Fine, let us flush it another way. Drill right through it. Breakthrough. Due meridian cleared, my chassis expands. Even the clogged pill toxins are swept away by this breakthrough flood, and completely washed clean. 6 months ago, I was a useless root at the testing stone. Now, I am at the first layer of chore refining. I, Chen Ping, finally have a foothold in this cultivation world. It took 3 days to finally stabilize my first layer of chore refining, without any fear of regressing. What an intense wave of dizziness. Is this a cultivator's legendary divine sense? In just a dozen breaths, my spiritual energy is completely drained. Nearly 4,000 pounds of pure physical power, enough to easily shatter solid stone. But it cannot shatter this mortal sky yet. This is the true power of a cultivator, the sheer destruction of spiritual energy. If that struck a flesh and blood body, the consequences would be unthinkable. Manager Chen, are you looking for Manager Bai? Yeah, he actually left a few days ago. I heard he pulled some strings to get into the outer sect. Talk about amazing luck. I see, thank you. I didn't even get a chance to thank him in person. On the road ahead, meetings and partings are unpredictable. Manager Bai, I wish you a smooth path to immortality. The legendary, earth-shaking magical treasures of old can be drawn into a cultivator's dantian. This jade pendant is so magical. Could it also be drawn inside? Becoming my greatest secret of all, so I'd never have to worrying about anyone finding it. With the sacred stone's help, every tiny change in the heat, the attraction and repulsion of the medicinal liquids are completely under my control. It's been nearly a year. Once this new year passes, the sect deacon will come to inspect our cultivation. Reaching the first layer of chore refining is the baseline. If you fail, you pack your bags and leave. I can barely feel the medicinal power anymore. It's only worth a few days of hard cultivation. My body's built up a resistance and gone completely numb to these elixirs. With my current pill-making success rate, I'm more than qualified to be an alchemy apprentice out there. But that won't do. For a waste with 5-element spiritual roots, reaching the peak of the second layer of chore refining in just 1 year. Those high-level alchemists, if they ever peer into my secrets, I'd be dead without a doubt. I have to visit the cultivator market to buy a recipe or a magic tool to hide my cultivation. With spiritual energy shielding me, even the wind and snow can't touch me. The methods of immortals truly are beyond anything a mortal can reach. The quality is decent. 3 spirit stones and 10 spirit essences. Deal, firm price. Give me 5 pills. I'll take 3. Save 2 for me. With this pile of spirit stones, I've got enough capital to completely transform. You got it. Poor quality is fine, as long as I plant them in my jade pendant. They will regain their vitality. But my resources must be spent wisely. 10 fireball talismans, 2 earth shield talismans, 1 greenwood shield, and 1 dark iron sword. This last spirit stone buys me a piece of information. The exact location of the Sect secret market. 160 spirit stones, all spent. What I got in return are the fangs that will keep me, Shenping, alive in this cultivation world. Since reaching chore refining level 1, this jade pendant has become my ultimate secret storage space. With just a single thought, I can access everything instantly, and with this mask to hide my cultivation level, I should be able to protect myself. Three of them, one at chore refining level 3, and two at level 2. Their spiritual energy is weak and chaotic, worse than even the lowest outer disciples of the King Yun sect. Hey, you in the mask up ahead, freeze right there. Strange kid, you don't even have a storage bag. Where are you hiding all the good stuff you bought at the market? Be smart, hand over every single valuable thing you have, before we have to beat you to a pulp. Don't try to play any tricks. Your grandpa Hua has been watching you this entire time. Please, big brothers, show some mercy on me. This is all your servant has. I bought these while running errands for a young master. If I give them up, I won't be able to face him. I'll give you one last chance. Hand over the goods, and we will spare your life. Otherwise wait, please don't hurt me. I'll hand it over, I'll hand everything over. Smart of you. Make it quick. Where'd they go? Surprised, aren't you? I actually find myself craving this incredible feeling of absolute control. Avenge the boss. 2 at second stage chore refining. Since they already know I'm here, then none of them leave alive. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. 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 Now is not the time to investigate my inner demons. I must wipe away all traces immediately. These broke bastards' worthless lives won't even cover the cost of a single fireball talisman, a storage bag, such a rare, valuable item. How did these bottom-dwelling sewer rats ever get their hands on this? Talk about a pleasant surprise. This mask does not just hide my entire cultivation level, it also comes with 3 different disguise forms. I really hit the absolute jackpot this time. Let's see which one works best. Sigh. The risk was massive, but the loot is absolute garbage. Those attackers were completely broke, dirt poor to the bone. A blood-soaked array disc. Spiritual energy concentration is boosted by a full 50%. Exactly what I needed. With this thing, my cultivation speed will absolutely skyrocket now. "50 sets of medicinal herbs, 83 successfully formed pills. These past 5 days of risking my life paid off. Good. Very good. It's lignifying. The Hangsing grass turned into a Hangsing tree. This kind of rare specimen has never existed under the heavens. As long as it lives, it will continuously provide a steady stream of 10-year grade medicinal sap. This mysterious pocket space can actually cause spiritual herbs to undergo an incredible mutation, completely breaking the cycle of life and death. Is junior brother Chin Ping here? Routine inspection from the outer Sect Deacon Hall. Disciple Chen Ping is here. Greetings, Deacon. You entered the sect nearly a year ago. Release your aura. Let me check you. It's all up to you now. Suppress it tightly. Chair refining level 1. Your aura is quite weak and unstable. Still, drawing Che into your body within a year. I'll consider that a barely passing grade. Do not slack off. Thank you for your guidance, Deacon. This disciple will cultivate with his very life. Originally from Shaoxi village, just a mortal peasant family. A muddy-legged peasant with zero background. He arrived here sickly and weak, sent straight to the deadly ore mines, a place where people vanish without a trace. Yet, he didn't die in there. Instead, his physical strength surged massively. He must have hit the jackpot and entered the herb garden. And now, he's actually reached chair refining level 1. A trash 5 element spiritual root. Achieving chair refining level 1 in just a year. He must have stumbled upon some incredible immortal fortune. A treasure that can completely reshape a mortal's body. An ordinary man is innocent, but possessing a treasure makes him guilty. An insignificant handyman with absolutely no backing doesn't deserve this. I'll arrange a perfect accident and make him disappear forever. Although this breath-concealing mask hides my true aura, given my poor natural talent, reaching chair refining level 1 will still raise suspicions. Right now, my only choice is to grow stronger. If I want any hope of survival, I need plenty of condensing water and great spirit pills to help me break through to chair refining level 3. Although refining these two types of pills is 100 times harder than spirit nourishing pills, I have an endless supply of herbs and the pure energy of my spirit basin. I know I can do this. It worked. Nearly cost me my life, but I finally made it. Outside, the deacon is watching me closely. In the shadows, vicious hounds like Lin Young are lurking. One step back, and I'll end up dead with no grave. Every single card I have is on the table. Tonight, if I don't break through to level 3, I won't stop. What overbearing medicinal power! It's crushing my spiritual energy like a relentless millstone. The potency is fading. One final push. Again. Break for me. Three acupoints connect, doubling my chore. Chore refining level 3 is complete. "60 yards around me. Every single detail is crystal clear. My divine sense has made a massive leap in range and precision. My mind feels slightly drained, but my spiritual energy is nowhere near running dry. This kind of endurance, I wouldn't have dared to dream of this at level 2. It condenses so fast, and this raw power, the spells I've been cultivating, finally have the power to kill my enemies head-on. At this moment, I finally understand why mortals are so desperate to step onto the path of cultivation. This feeling of taking control of my own destiny is truly intoxicating, but level 3 is still the absolute bottom of this world. Lying low and surviving is the only thing that matters. 2 years have passed. Now, I'm already at chore refining level 6. The Hengson and spirit gathering grasses in my space have actually grown into trees. Their potency is dozens of times stronger than anything outside. But unfortunately, I've hit a bottleneck. The marrow cleansing and spirit gathering pills have almost no effect now, and I still have over 50 spirit gathering pills left in my storage bag. I need to visit the secret chamber and search for a higher grade private room. Are you gymming, Disciple Chenping? Yes, it is I, Disciple. By order of the Deacon Hall, assemble at the Mountain Gate Square in 3 days at dawn. You will join the team to Elixir Valley for a harvesting mission. Do not delay. The Elixir Valley. But that secret realm is guarded by the inner disciples or outer sect elites. Since when does a mere chore disciple go? May I ask, senior brother, why was I chosen? My only duty is tending to the Bayou Garden. Someone recommended you. You are diligent in your work, careful and reliable. This is a temporary draft by the sect to help fill the current deficit. Why? Do you have an objection? Who is trying to use this chance to kill me and steal my treasures? Or do they want to steal my opportunities? This disciple wouldn't dare. I obey your command. Humph. Want to kill me for my treasures? Want to steal my opportunities? We will see who sends whom to the grave first. This must be the place I heard about last time. The mysterious black market inside the sect. The ghost face mask. It can change my appearance and hide my cultivation. I won't have to worry about exposing myself at all. Arriving at the ghost market, Chenping first gathered his remaining 50 Che gathering pills, exchanging them for 500 low-grade spirit stones. Then he went to the talisman zone and bought 20 exploding fireball talismans, along with 10 first-grade, high-quality Vira talismans. After purchasing the talismans, he slipped into another shop that specialized in trading magical weapons. He decided to trade in his old iron sword, exchanging it for a first-grade, mid-quality breeze sword. With this powerful weapon, unleashing his level 6 chore refining power should not be a problem at all. In the end, he paused at a stall specializing in miscellaneous techniques and jade slips. An introduction to puppetry. One more card to play means one more chance to survive. 30 spirit stones, no bargaining. The valley will remain open for 7 days. Gather 50 contribution points worth of herbs to leave. Any extra herbs collected will earn you sect rewards. Remember, all herbs in the valley have a unique scent. Do not try to pocket any. If you are caught, you will face the consequences. Line up and prepare to enter the formation. Manager Zhao, it really is him. Even the team leader has hidden motives. Fatty Wong managed to sneak in without any cultivation. In that case, all the fish have entered the net. Everyone, keep close behind me. It is not safe in this valley. There are plenty of venomous pests and beasts. If you wander off and die, nobody will care. The fewer people who know about immortal fate, the better. It seems they are sneaking away to wait for the right moment. Alright, we will split up in this area. Work in pairs. Gather herbs on your own. Remember, you must return here to regroup before sunset. Otherwise, you are on your own. You, come with me. Kid, hand over all the treasures you have. Li Yinyang would not recommend someone so easily. He is not that kind-hearted. You must have had something that caught his eye. If you know what is good for you, I can leave you with some dignity and let you rest forever in this spirit herb valley. Consider it a decent resting place. Are you really so sure you can defeat me? Arrogant, since you refuse to do this the easy way. Item specially made by the sect. Easily leave behind a tracking mark. I will finish off my fellow disciple right here. Still, caution is key. This debt with Li Yinyang is finally due for settlement. 3 opponents face me. 1 at the 4th stage, 2 at the 3rd stage. If they fight as one, even if I win, the noise will surely bring trouble. I have to separate them, defeat them one by one, or lure them into a trap, and wipe them all out. This is the spot, the grave of Li Yinyang. These clues I left are enough to lead them to me. Found him, he's right there. Where? Haha, junior brother Chen, you certainly made us look. How did you get separated from senior brother Sun? Or did senior brother Sun just get you? Idiots. I made the trap so obvious yet it still took them 2 days to find me. So, it's you, Steward Lu. How did you even find this place? How did we find you, junior brother Chen? You left quite a few markers behind, you know. You must have been running scared, huh? That fool Sun Chin was an idiot too, to actually let you escape from him. Chen Ping, let's not beat around the bush. Hand over everything you have on you. If you cooperate honestly and play nice, the steward, might show some mercy and spare your miserable little life, to let you fend for yourself in Elixir Valley. Well, sounds like a pretty good deal, doesn't it? Kid, don't throw my generosity back in my face. My patience is running thin. We are out in the middle of nowhere. I can finish you and dump you in a ditch, and no one will ever know. If you're smart, hand over the goods now. Spare my miserable life. Li Yin-yang. You, ha ha ha, don't make me laugh. And no, that's impossible. This can't be. Fake, it has to be fake. How old are you anyway? A trash 5-element root at chair refinement level 6. What kind of illusion treasure did you use? Trying to scare me. Dream on. Don't let him fool you. Together now. Get him, finish him off. His treasures are enough to keep us rich forever. Once we grab his immortal destiny, our path of cultivation will be smooth sailing. Hey haha. Have mercy, spare me, Grandpa Chen. I was wrong. Greed completely blinded me. I'm absolute scum. The immortal destiny, I don't want it. It's all yours. Just spare my life. I swear to you. I, Li Yin-yang, will never show my face again. I'll be your slave, anything you want. Where is Fatty Wong? I'll talk. Just please, spare my life. Fatty Wong. He came in here as well. He is off to the west. About 30 li from here, there is a gourd neck-shaped valley. At the bottom, there's a hidden cave. He's hiding right inside that cave, waiting for us to finish you off, just so he can get a cut. It was all him. He's the one who egged us on. He told me you had the immortal destiny. Grandpa Chen, go after him. Spare me. I'm nothing but a dog. Just let me go like a fart. A gourd neck valley. A hidden cave. Yes, that's the spot. Senior brother Chen is truly wise. Li Yin-yang. He must have succeeded by now. Yeah. Oh, Chen Ping. You arrogant, ignorant little bastard. Thinking some immortal luck makes you superior. Bah! A simple trick of mine and using Li's blade will finish you. That'll teach you to talk back to me. And grateful little piece of trash. Once Li returns with that kid's fortune, and I get my share of it, I will finally undergo my transformation. Once I become a true cultivator, I will take everyone who doubted me, and crush them under my feet. Why isn't he back yet? Did that idiot actually screw things up? That shouldn't be possible. Against a weak first stage chore refining brat, how could he possibly fail? Chenping, Yahoo, are you mercy? Please spare my life. Spare me, master, please spare me. I was stupid, so blind. I am worse than a dog. I shouldn't have listened to that snakely. I never should have plotted against you. Please, remember back at the chore's peak. I always treated you fairly. Spare my miserable, worthless life. I will give you all my belongings. Every spirit stone is yours. I will serve you like a slave. Please, spare me. Fatty Wong, the moment you coveted my things, your life was no longer your own. Ah, Chenping, you miserable little bastard, you will rot in hell. Touch me and the sect will destroy you. I will haunt you from beyond the grave. Erg. Why the hell don't I have a spiritual root? You miserable, low-born bastards who actually get to cultivate. Heaven is absolutely blind. You little bastards, I am going to smash your carts to pieces. Ah! Clear jade vine, 3 points. Earthroot and yellow essence, 4 points. In less than 2 days. The spiritual herbs in my storage bag easily exceed 50 points. The deep zones surely hide rare herbs, but they also come with deadly, unknown traps. Risking my life for a few cheap herbs is the height of stupidity. Saving up spirit stones to grow them myself in the 100 herbs garden is by far the safest way to survive. Ha ha. Ha. Ha ha ha. Chenping, 55 points. Exceeded by 5 points. Task completion reward, 5 points. Excess bonus, 1 point. Totaling 6 points. Barely completing the task. Yet it translates to a reward of 7 spirit stones. The sect might seem merciful on the surface, but this massive colossus never cares about those at the bottom. In this so-called soil of mercy, it only breeds incredibly greedy parasites. These cheap, common items are a fortune for early-stage chore refining, but for my 6th layer of chore refining, they only buy spirit stones. I urgently need powerful resources to aid my mid to late chore refining, but getting pill recipes from the black market comes with extreme risk. Alternatively, I could apply to join the outer sect. By becoming an outer disciple, I can rightfully gain access to the scripture pavilion, but the pill pavilion is out of the question. My talent is utterly ordinary. Climbing from level 1 to level 3 in 3 years is already shocking enough. If I expose my true level 6 cultivation on top of that, it would be like holding a torch in the pitch black. Once my secret is out, what awaits me will be a situation 1,000 times more terrifying than basic pest control, an absolutely brutal, inescapable death trap. Being too strong only invites jealousy and trouble. This level 6 chore refining cultivation of mine is an incredibly fatal and glaring weakness. I absolutely cannot go risk my luck at the black market. Before I do that, I must first return to the Fansu mining area to rescue my parents and settle them down safely, and end all future trouble. for my level 6 chair refining meridians. The giant spirit pill is nothing but a tiny, gentle trickle. Any attempt to fill this dried-up lake has completely failed. I can only rely on slow, relentless, grueling cultivation. Chair refining level 7 will come naturally. Late-stage chair refining is finally within reach. The black market still has no news on high-grade pill recipes. It is finally time to head to the mines and rescue my parents. My parents, he must get them out. I absolutely must get them out. I absolutely cannot let them stay in those pitch-black, sunless mine shafts and keep suffering any longer. As for my future cultivation resources, I will cross that bridge when I get there. The mortal world is already broken beyond repair. The only thing I can do is protect my own flesh and blood first. For tonight, I can just make do with a simple place. Ha ha ha. Shaft number 3 collapsed again. Buried 7 or 8 people. Even old man Liu's boy is trapped inside. I heard that those sold to the south, not a single one survives past 3 days. The bosses want their goods fast. They do not care about lives. Our old Chen and his wife, still over at the abandoned pit. What a cinch. Keep it down. If the overseer hears you, you'll end up there too. This man must be in charge of taking attendance and keeping order among the low-level miners. Just a petty overseer boss. Asking him is fastest. Humph. Step aside. Don't block me. This is no place for pretty boys to come and sightsee. Get lost. Excuse me, overseer, I have a quick question. Oh, my lord, ask whatever you wish. I will tell you everything. I am looking for someone. Chen Dashin and his wife, Lady Lin. I heard they are at the abandoned pit. Is that really where they are? Why ask about the abandoned pit, lord? That place is highly cursed. No human can survive there. Chen Dashin. That is my father. Cut the nonsense. You will answer only what I ask you. My lord, please have mercy. I won't hide anything. I do remember something. Last winter, it seems he made a mistake. He offended the patrolling immortal master and was exiled to the pit. Going there is incredibly dangerous. It is certain death. As for his wife, it seems she went with him. I barely recall, but the pit is run by an 8-faced bear. He is a ruthless, black-hearted living devil, my lord. Your parents, my lord, please take my advice. If you go there, you will never return. Your parents are likely dead already. My parents are in the pit, banished for offending an immortal master. This world, it really is just as awful as I had expected. 8-faced bear. I will remember that name. A reckoning, a complete and absolute cleansing of this entire mine, is about to begin. For the abandoned pit, head west. Go all the way to the end. Creak, creak, creak. A rotting wooden scaffold. Beside it sat a collapsing shack. Further in lay the darkest pit entrance. That was the domain of a vicious brute. A man with a massive scar across his face. Like an ugly centipede, he lived in that shack. He was vicious and cold-blooded. In charge of slag in the abandoned pit. Anyone who went down there completely lost their humanity. For days now, I saw no trace of my parents. I couldn't wait any longer. No matter what, I had to find them alive, or bring back their bodies. He was massive, towering, and muscular. This was undoubtedly Scarface Bear. Suddenly, I sensed spiritual energy. This Scarface Bear was actually a cultivator. And at the 6th stage of chair refining. Who's there? Get out. Which sect are you from, fellow cultivator? Why are you trespassing on my turf? Is there some business? I am looking for someone. Chen Dashan and Mrs. Lin. Hey haha. Looking for people in this abandoned hellhole. Kid, have you lost your mind? Get lost. Beat it before I lose my temper. Don't think being a cultivator means I won't touch you. Keep spouting nonsense here, and I'll cripple you and feed you to the bugs. Where are they? You're asking for death. Ah, arg, ooha. Where are they? Down below. At the very bottom, at the end of the East Fork. Fellow cultivator, there is no grudge between us. There is no need for this. I would gladly trade my immortal destiny to save my own life. It is a genuinely powerful way for mortals to defy heaven and change their fate. An opportunity for mortals to step onto immortal soil. My parents have no spiritual roots, if there is indeed such a chance. Today, I will spare your miserable life. Now, swallow this pill in my hand. Rest assured, fellow cultivator, I swear on my life, I will absolutely not try to run. That is the 7-day soul dispersing pill. If you do not take my antidote in 7 days, your soul will shatter and you are done. Do you understand? I only beg you, my lord, please, show me mercy. I have absolutely no intention of betraying you. Every single word is true. If you still do not believe me, go into the mine and see for yourself. If you dare deceive me, you know what the consequences are. At the very bottom, the Eastern Fork, at the end. Father, mother. Father, mother. It is me, Ping. Ping, is that really my Ping? Yes, it is me, mother. It is you. Your son is finally home. I am back, haha. Good, good, this is wonderful. You must have suffered so much. Sending you away back then was the right choice. You have grown taller and stronger. I always knew you would do well, and that you would return home alive. And I actually made it back alive, healthy, and successful. Without this jade pendant, our family of 3 would have crumbled under this endless pressure and rotted into piles of dry bones. Father, mother, wait for me. Your son is going to make Baling Shang pay right now. Pinger, you must not touch him. He's the one who saved our lives. That year, I wanted to buy cloth for your mother's new coat. The winter was just too cold, so I hid some scraps of ore from the slag, hoping to get a little money. But the overseer caught me, that immortal master. The one named Ma wanted to execute me on the spot without a word. We knew the rules, stealing or meant instant death, but Manager Shang stepped in. Baling Shang was there that day. He spoke up for us. He said, Killing these two useless cripples would only dirty your hands, master. Better to throw them in the abandoned pit to rot. At least we can still squeeze some labor out of them, so they sent us down to this pit. No more beatings. They even gave us thick porridge every day, and the workload was cut in half. Without him, your parents would have been killed by that master long ago. Our bones would be completely rotted away. He is at least half a savior to us, but they had no idea. The spiritual dust thick within this abandoned pit is actually a bone-corroding poison to ordinary mortals. Those dark, blackened veins pulsing beneath their skin are a clear sign of death. Balin Shang wasn't showing mercy at all. He just saw that they could still work this mine and bleed out every last bit of value. Keeping them alive was like raising caged cattle with just a single bowl of watery gruel. He traded their lives in this toxic air, letting them slowly burn out like dying candles. Forget it. The truth is too cruel. It would only crush their spirit completely. My score with Lian Shang. I will settle it later. Father, mother, your son knows everything. You are both far too weak. Do not worry about anything else. I have some medicinal pills here. They will purge the sickness from you. Here, swallow this first. It is working too slowly. The foul energy has penetrated your marrow. A single ordinary pill cannot clear this. The medicine needs time to take effect. Father, mother, rest for now. I am going to get you out. My lord, you have come out. My lord, this is the deed your parents signed back then. I have been keeping it safe this entire time. Now, I return it to you. Once my parents are safely settled, I will go see this miracle you spoke of. Ah, my lord, please rest here. Here is some simple food and water to help your parents regain their strength. You both have suffered so much. Thank goodness you are still alive. I will make sure you enjoy your final years. I will repay this hundredfold. Bali and Shang, you promised a miracle to save your life. Yes, yes, I would never dare deceive you. It is absolutely true. Is it the spiritual gold mine in the boiling pit? Know that gold mine. I only managed to reach the 7th level of chore refining because of it. But that minor treasure does not count as a true miracle. Then where is this legendary opportunity to change my fate? It is halfway up that cliff, right on a small stone ledge. The item is right there. I will take you there immediately. Lead the way. The Yin Spirit Vine. You truly are wise and knowledgeable, my lord. This is indeed the item. Back then, I was just a miserable miner, struggling just to survive. Quite by accident, I found this thing. After I managed to swallow it down, a strange energy suddenly swelled inside me, allowing me to draw chi inside. That was how I entered the world of cultivators. Not only did I become an outer disciple, but I reached the 6th layer of chi condensation, ranking near the very top of my peers. Utterly foolish. This Yin Spirit Vine is also called the Dead End Vine. The fake spiritual root it forcibly creates inside you can only carry you to the 3rd layer before hitting a dead end. Even more terrifying, it is insanely volatile. It burns away the consumer's life essence, trading your very lifespan as the price. You think you have set foot on the immortal path, but you are only trading your life for pathetic power. Your end will be slow and incredibly painful. And as for the vine itself, any mortal who eats it will watch their body disintegrate. You only survived because you luckily swallowed the root, and you call this defying heaven to change your fate? Have mercy, my lord, spare me. I was just a desperate, miserable miner back then, just staying alive and having enough strength to not get beaten to death. To a nobody like me, that was a miracle from heaven. My lord, please, look closer at this root. I have always felt there is something different about it. It is definitely not some ordinary yin spirit vine. This ancient aura, flowing with the 5 elements. It is a rare mutation that absorbed the elemental essence. This is no mere fake spiritual root vine anymore. It is a 5 elements yin spirit vine. Had it grown undisturbed for 10,000 years, it could have become an herb of eternal life, an elixir of immortality to pave the way to godhood. What a pity! Its most precious main root was devoured by the 8-faced bear, its core essence stolen, its life force completely snuffed out. This dark purple-gray isn't a disguise. It means its life force is completely draining away. Its oil is dry. The wick is burning out. Without some heaven-defying spirit treasure to restore its core, it can only last another year at most. This vibrant 5-colored light will surely fade out and turn to dust. Perhaps destiny is at play here. I need to secure a path to cultivation for my parents, and I happen to have just the thing. That mystical black soil which turns decay into absolute miracles. This is his single ray of hope. Big-faced bear. Master, I am right here. You said you would trade your destiny for your life. I will accept this spiritual vine. Your life can indeed be spared, but as for your future, I will give you 2 paths to choose from. The first path, follow me back to the King Yun sect. Your absolute mission will be to protect my parents' safety, making sure they face absolutely no trouble within the sect. As your reward, I will provide all the cultivation pills you need. With your current 6th layer chore refining cultivation, it should be more than enough for this job. The second path is to stay here at the Black Mountain Mine. Given how well you know this area, scraping up some spirit gold or shouldn't be hard. You can cultivate on your own terms, and I won't interfere. Use that spirit gold to trade for whatever cultivation resources you need. However, every year you must hand over the spirit gold you mine, or at least 50% of its total value to me. Staying at the mine sounds free, but giving up 50% is just being a slave, fumbling around alone in these barren, desolate wilds. Who knows if I'd ever even break through. Serving mere mortals at the King Yun sect might feel humiliating, but this young master is in the late chore refining stage before 20. He is definitely no ordinary outer disciple. He must carry some incredible fortune. Even the tiniest scrap of his pills would be 100 times better than slaving away in the mines. My lord, I choose the first path. I will follow you, my lord, even through fire and water. I will do everything to keep the 2 elders safe. Good. Just remember your promise. If anything goes wrong, you know the consequences. Rise. Yes, yes, thank you, my lord, thank you, my lord.